everyone, welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate your views and your subscribes and your votes and everything. We really, really do. I'm working on the tulip, the Amsterdam Tulip Quilt that we just did on the weekend project. I got all my 12 tulips all together and put my leaves, my stems, my tops, my bottoms. Everybody's a little bit different, and that's kind of what I like about it, because tulips are always different, right? And especially some of the ones that they've come up with Canada's 150th birthday. It's got orange and yellow and white. They're beautiful. So anyways, we're just quilting this up. I've just outlined the flowers. I'm going to outline this one because he's the last one to go. And then I've just been doing like a little spiral and a leaf in the little sashing in between and down the little borders. So it only measures up to be about 38 by 52, which is a great size for a wall hanging, a lap quilt, a throw blanket for the couch, something for the chair, whatever. Just something to maybe spice up an empty space of wall or whatever, right? Or even a kid's room, right? So we're just gonna stitch around this flower here. And I'm just using white thread from Glide in the top and the bobbin. I was thinking about switching to the celery green when I come and do the leaves, but I'm still kind of undecided at that at the moment. So we're just going to stitch just down around the flower, and then I'll show you what I'm doing in the sashing. Okay? Hopefully everybody's having a great Wednesday. And this isn't a ruler of anything. It's actually a piece of plexi that my husband cut for me. I said I wanted a nice straight edge. Something with a nice point on it like this that I can line up in certain corners, and then something with like a rounded curvy edge, but it didn't have to be completely round. So just so I can get around things and maneuver, and you know, I slide it around. I've got my ruler plate on the underside of my long arm here, and that's what I'm resting and putting pressure on with the little plexiglass to keep it nice and straight. So I'm only trying to stitch in the white. That is what I'm trying to do. Sometimes one of those little stitches are rebellious and they jump over to the fabric color, but I'm trying really hard to tame them in the white. Sometimes, I tell you, they just go, and you're like, jeepers creepers, how'd you get over there? All right, so just outlining, simple, easy. Just tacking everything down and trying to outline the flower itself. Okay. Because oops, I put the ruler plate on and wasn't sure, did I have, I left enough room to get underneath the bottom of the flower stem. It's like, I think I forgot to check that. Just come up nice and slow. Oh, see, there's one almost jumped right over there, I tell you. Okay. And I'm just resting the plexi against the side of my foot, just to help me steer in a more straight stitch. Kind of tame the wobblies, I guess. And I chose lots of different colored greens for and multicolored for the tulips themselves, because you know, tulips are all different sorts of colors. Maybe not red and blue, but they are in Laura Lynn's garden. Little fabric tulip garden. I don't know, I just thought it was a really cute quilt. It was free. Its tulips are going like crazy around my neighborhood. I'm very excited to see something green and beautiful and colorful come up out of the ground. So the daffodils have been up. It's nice to see the tulips up. I've noticed more recently that the daffodils come in so many different shades of yellow. Like there's such a sharp yellow, like the block next to this one right here, and some are almost like a creamy butter yellow. So I don't think I ever really noticed the different shades before. I just knew they were yellow. Okay, so that's literally how I stitch out one flower, and all the little petals around it, just taking your time. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lock those stitches there. I'm going to take my ruler plate off because I want to be able to stitch down as far as I can. So let me just move over here for a moment and take my little ruler plate off. I find it easier to get off than it is to get on. Kind of got to balance the spring and stuff and almost need like a third hand. Okay, so now it's all loose, it's all off the belts and stuff, it wasn't on there. And I'm just gonna start up, I'll start up over on this side, and I just kind of did as a reference segment size-wise was the strip in between on my sashing. So I cut it at 1.5 inches, so we're looking at what, 1 inch and a little bit to work in as the space, right? Wide, and then we're gonna, obviously it's the 52 long and what was it, 38 wide. Okay, so I think I was starting off with the swirl first. So swirl, you'll see my little practice piece there to make sure that my tension is all good and I'm not gonna scream later and have upsetness, because that, I don't like it all. And I'm just making my little leaf and then a little swirl. I'm coming back on the swirl, touching the line again, swinging up under, doing the leaf, do a little swirl. You can do a deep swirl, a big swirl, a little swirl, you know, big leaf, little leaf, have a little, another swirl coming off the leaf, have a baby leaf coming off the little leaf, I don't know, it's all up to you. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And you just got to make sure your spacing is you're lining up. When you come to the next set, you have just enough room to stick a swirl and a leaf. Okay, and we'll stop those stitches there, and we're going to skip over to the other side, and I will show you the next one. We're just going to do the same thing. So come up here, little space wise. We gave it, what, 1 inch? Okay, do a little swirl. And you can do your leaves in different directions, your swirls in different directions. You can go up instead of down, which I'll show you on the next two. And you just make your leaf, make it with a curl, don't make it with a curl. You can make them as big or as small as you like. And I'm just going to be quilting this up. And I thought maybe choosing a rainbow kind of colored binding with all the little leftover bits from the project. So I think that's what I've decided, just to give that little pop extra color on the background. There we go. And we just meet up with the next one. We're just going to go this one and this one, but I'll show you how I'm going to go up, because I was showing you how it was going down. And then in these spaces right here, I think I'm just going to put pebbles. I'm just going to fill those up with pebbles to kind of give it that extra dimension. Okay, so come up here. Oh, no, so I was going to start from the bottom. Sorry. So he curls actually, we'll start this one because actually he curls down. So we'll start over here. Sorry. I know some was one way and one was the other. We'll just move that off to the side because we don't really need it. And you're just going to come up. Okay, so we did the swirl and then down here, and then it's going to come around. And you just work your way up instead of down. And make your flower so it comes out, or your little leaf. So the curl tips up instead of down. So you can make them small, make them big. Just filling in that space. So nice to actually have the sun shining. It's been missing for so long. It's like, why? Where did the sun go? I think someone said we had Like not too long ago, we had like 8 days of rain and 9 days. And you just keep working your way up. You know, I'll stop here because I don't want to get caught up at the top of the long arm there, bang into it, and I don't want to stretch that far. Okay, so I'll stop that there. Always kind of start and stop in your outside bits so it's hidden in, okay? And then this one too was on the going up, but I did the leaf in the opposite direction, okay? Oops, let me just roll the top of that just a smidge. There we go. That should get me down to where, yep, there we go. Just a little bit. Okay. That curls up in this direction. And then a leaf. A curl. That was more like a rounded leaf. Oops. Wayward thread there. Well, you have the whole sashing and border to fill, so you might as well fill it, right? And it keeps everything all tacked down, and it's gonna add for a pretty little wall hanging or a little lap quilt. We have so much stuff to do in our garden, it's unbelievable. All those little tiny plants we planted are all growing vivaciously. They're just wanting to get out there, but it's not quite time yet. Close. Okay, all right. So we'll stop that there. Cut those threads. Oops. Oh, I was like, why wouldn't they shut? My magnet got tucked in between. Okay. Tell you, it's always chaos here. Okay, I think we will call that a long arm Wednesday, and then I'm just going to pretty much fill in the flowers just the way they are. Like I'll do a zigzag here, and maybe a little copy of those little flowers there, and loop up in here, and the bubbles in here, you know. And like I said, I'm just going to do little circles in here. I'll fill in this little section here, and you'll see how it's going to look. Sorry, I hit the button and I shouldn't have. I was trying to see what time we had. So anyways, I'm going to show you how I do little small circles in here. Sorry about that. He always tells me not to fiddle with the technology, and by golly, sometimes I just can't help myself. And we always end up in trouble. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this in. Come in close, do big ones, do little ones. You can put a little swirl in here. You can put a little leaf. You can do some ziggity zags. Put a circle in a circle. You can outline them. You can make them dark so they look like they're all in puddles or surrounded, like little gems or something. Just filling it in. Having some circle fun. Like I said, now fill the leaves in. I think I'm going to switch to the celery thread. I think I've decided that as I've been stitching away here. And but I think when I'm stitching in the flowers, I think I'll leave that just the white thread that I've been working on. So that's how it's going to look. It's going to look really pretty, and hopefully the recipient likes it. If not, I'm taking it back. I love a collection for this quilt shop. So thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate it here at the quilt shop. And if you want to share it, share it. Okay. We'll see you next time. Check out Weekend Projects. Okay. Thanks everybody. Bye bye.